I snuck on the Jeffrey Epstein's island from banning AI to better pay. Oh, here are the stakes.
Speaking on the writer's strike, we'll have more of her interview with our Lindsay Davis later this week at 12:01 a.m. Pacific time. The strike went into effect for thousands of movie and television writers. Talks for a new contract broke down.
So funny to me when some of my pro-Israel relatives say you're anti-Semitic, like you literally clap every anti-Semite on site. This shit is not tolerated here in the slightest. Oh yeah, absolutely not. It is funny though. I mean, yeah, I am extremely critical of the nation state of Israel, which is an apartheid state. So I am of Saudi Arabia as well. I haven't heard motherfuckers say I'm Islamophobic yet though, which would be funny, funnier.
With writers demanding studios make changes to payments based on the major shifts caused by streaming. The last time the Writers Guild of America authorized a strike was 15 years ago, forcing a shift in programming for 3 months. ABC's Kana Whitworth explores the past and what we could see in the future this time around.
How much money do you need?
It was a historic moment in entertainment history.
I was just watching Conan O'Brien just fill time as all his writers went on strike.
We are back now, but sadly, we do not have our writers with us. I want to make this clear. I support their cause.
The 2007 writers' strike, with an estimated economic impact of over $2 billion, caused late-night shows to go dark. TV shows like Breaking Bad ground to a halt.
In 2007, when the pipeline of episodes finally ran dry, networks really had to get creative, put on more news magazines. There were a lot of game shows. There were a lot of reruns.
CBS experimented with airing reruns of premium channel Showtime's hit show Dexter.
They even went so far as to bring a special wintertime edition of Big Brother.
What one of them doesn't know is that there's an unexpected wrinkle awaiting her.
Hollywood has shut down again over a strikingly similar issue, making a livable wage in the age of streaming.
I support my writers, but we have a lot of staff and crew that will be affected by this, but they got to get a fair deal.
A lot of times people are living paycheck to paycheck, writers and actors, some directors. You only get money when you're working.
More than 15 years later, similar scenes of thousands walking off the job from LA to New York to Georgia as the 3-year contract between the Writers Guild of America and major studios.
Bro, I'm telling you, man, when you got fucking, like, basically the closest thing you can get to a capitalist robot, Jimmy Fallon speaking about the solidarity to the striking workers, it's over. You know what I mean? It's Jover, man.
Expires. A new generation of writers fed up, saying the system is broken.
So many of us are barely making a living. We are barely making our groceries, our rent.
WGA union member Alex O'Keefe is a 28-year-old, just a few years into the business, but already doing big things in Hollywood.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. This photo perfectly represents someone who's a writer in Hollywood. There is no better representation of like someone who's just like a regular ass writer in Hollywood. He's 28, 29 years old. He won an award and he put it on top of his fucking Toyota. His fucking busted ass Prius.
Nominated for 2 WGA awards last month as staff writer for Hulu's FX show, The Bear.
34 chickens, okay? 12 French fries, 12 mash.
But he says this smiling photo hid the true pain of reaching his dream to work in the writer's room.
So many of my friends, they're like, oh my God, so you're loaded now. They're like, you made it. I no longer had any money from The Bear. I barely got money in the first place. So I had to go to my friends and my family and say, I have to go accept this award. I can't accept it in a hoodie. I need some money to buy a suit.
And while he never had to go through the events of 2007, he's part of the more than 97% of writers who just weeks ago voted in favor of a strike, which could impact nearly 11,000 union members. 15 years ago, we didn't have those streaming giants like Netflix. Now members like Alex argue it's those companies who are making it nearly impossible to live a middle-class life.
They're going to count on our suffering breaking us and our suffering forcing us to take a bad deal. There's some things that maybe I'm saying that it could rub some powerful people the wrong way. But if we don't take a stand, we will never gain anything.
The union wants higher minimum pay per episode and increased guaranteed residuals, especially for episodes made for the streaming giants.
A super successful show like Wednesday versus a show on the same platform that's not so successful, the residual is actually the same. In addition, series have gotten dramatically shorter, and that means there's less work. Writers are hired by the series, but they're paid by the episode. So when you've got more people sharing a pie that in some ways is smaller, that is part of what's created the issue today.
The union is also seeking a limit on the use of AI, like ChatGPT, to generate scripts in seconds. Union members also take issue with what's being called mini room as a way to cheapen creating a show.
They'll have 2 or 3 writers work with the showrunner to develop a first script, but they'll also try to write, 2, 3, maybe even 4 more scripts. If the show is ordered and it's 6 episodes, they may not be hired to work on the show anymore because the showrunner already has a ton of material.
The Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers telling ABC News in part, our goal is and continues to be to reach a fair and reasonable agreement, adding an agreement is only possible if the Guild is committed to turning its focus to serious bargaining by engaging in full discussions of the issues with the companies and searching for reasonable compromises.
Yeah, their reasonable compromise was like doing an educational seminar. I mean, it's crazy, dude. Their compromises were like, yeah, fuck off, but also here we'll do like a webinar for you.
And there's potential.
Is a guild equals union? No, a guild is when a bunch of thieves get together and they steal stuff, and then you go to your guild master, and your guild master is like a tiger style race. I forget what they're called. And then your guild master's like, here, you need to get the Shadow of Pericles blade. And then yeah, a Khajiit. Yeah, exactly. And then if you have like enough stealth, you get to steal the blade of Pericles, and then you come back, and ultimately you kill everyone in the guild. But if you choose to do so, you can do that if you want to. But it's pretty crazy stuff. Yeah. Jeet has wares if you have the coin.
A drawn-out process could actually help the studios get out of pricey contracts with writers.
Certain writers have multi-million...
Wow, spoiling a 12-year-old game released 8 times, shaking my fucking head. To be fair, it's probably going to get re-released again next year, I assume, which means that I am spoiling a new game, technically, a game that hasn't even been out yet.
Multi-$100-million deals.
Wait, I actually want to know the answer. Yes, man. Yes, it's just like a fucking union by a different name. It's a union. Yes, the writers' union.
Studios and streamers. So the writers' strike would trigger these force majeure provisions if it lasted 6 or 8 weeks. And you'd see the studios smiling at Wall Street and saying, look, we're saving money. We're shedding some of these deals.
And if this does, in fact, drag out, with the streaming giants releasing new shows all the time, will people even notice?
We've definitely seen in Hollywood there's been stockpiling to help get them through a potential drought of new episodes.
While Alex prepares to look for new work outside of writing, he says this ordeal is worth it, recalling how the WGA union's health insurance came to his aid when right before that awards show, he chipped his tooth.
I flashed this huge smile. Looking out, it was all my peers, and I thought I really wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have this smile without the guild. This union has my back. That's why I have this union's back.
Our thanks to Kana Whitworth.
That was a nice little story. Russia claims Ukraine targeted Putin in an attempted drone strike, but I'm not gonna fucking cover that.